Well, we didn't even live here in Traverse City. We retired from a suburb of very, very north Detroit to Marshall, Michigan. And in that time between living in the suburb, raising children, and then moving to Marshall, I had had physical therapy several times for a degenerative back problem, sciatica nerve, bad knee, frozen shoulder. Aging is the rusty years. It's not the golden years. Anyhow, then we moved up to Traverse City because my daughter is a physician up here and had the youngest kids. And I started having horrible back problems again. So I had a primary care that I went to, and he says, I want you to go to this place. And I went there for my eval appointment. And then they set me up a schedule of 8 appointments. It was with 5 different physical therapists. And I'm looking at her and I says, well, how are you going to know what's going on each time I come in? And she says, oh, they'll read each other's notes. And you know, I was concerned about continuity. So I got home, called my daughter, and I said, you know, this is what's going on. She goes, nope, you're not doing that. And she says, there's someone new in town, and I really would like you to go meet him, see him, and let me know what you think. So I called up Superior. I had another, at that time you needed a referral, another referral sent by my primary care. And I saw Andrew. And it was amazing in the sense that when he did the evaluation, he just didn't look at the problem. He looked at all of me. And that was so different because I'd been through this routine several times. But he looked at all of me and he says, you know, it's not just your back. He says, let's start working. I worked with Andrew, and at that time he had one other person there, but because I was on Medicare, I could only work with Andrew. But since, to kind of jump ahead, I do want to say that I'm back in therapy again, but I only have 2 therapists. That is the maximum, and I so appreciate the continuity that's occurring in my treatment. So back with Andrew, my first time with him. So I went for 4 weeks, and things were just getting better like they never had before. And Andrew pointed out to me, you've got to start lengthening your stride. You do that, your back's going to hurt less. He says, your steps are too short. Never heard of that before, but sure enough, as I practice, I can walk, you know. And that year I did the cherry thing for the Cherry Festival. They have the run and they have the walk where you can sign up for. And it's either 3 or 5K. It was a long walk, but I was able to do it. I've never been able to do that. Then I was out of Andrew for a while, and Andrew went to the Gray Institute, got a certification there, and I had to come back because of a bad knee. It was amazing, the tools he gave me. And I had to have my knee replaced, and Andrew took me through all of that. The thing I appreciate most about Superior is, 1, they don't look at the problem, they look at all of you. And I think that is important. Number 2, they give you tools. I now have videos on my smartphone that I open up every day and I can do those exercises. I don't have to remember. I don't have a printed out sheet with drawings and lines scribbled all over. I have a video where a professional is doing it, or I'm doing it with them talking in the background, correcting my stance. I receive every month a newsletter that has all kinds of things going on in the community. Last month, Superior put on a nutrition program with a nutritionist from Munson that was probably the best one I've been to. It was so good, my husband who went to it is going to be seeing her, which is just amazing. There's his workshops. For a while I was in an exercise class at Superior, and all that Andrew was doing there, he decided to focus in another area, just helping people instead of providing exercise. So he worked out something with the Y, and he recommends 2 different classes at the Y. The end of the story is, I give this information to my daughter, who's the physician in town, and she says, okay, that's what I needed to know. And now she basically refers to Andrew, to Superior, and Nick, and Ben. And she now has 2 partners, and they basically use Superior because of the high quality of treatment, the high percentage of positive results. And that's important to a primary care. You don't want to tell someone you're going to physical therapy and they go, oh, I've done that. This is different. And she says every time she says this is different, they come back and say, I can't believe the difference. And I think that's what's important about Superior, is you just won't believe the difference.